Board Game Breakfast Live. I'm Tom Vassell.
Good morning. I am Z Garcia.
I haven't had my coffee yet. Good morning.
I'm on my second cup of hot chocolate.
I do have my coffee here. I just haven't taken a drink
children.
of it yet.
It's turning like one of those morning shows where we all have our coffee.
Yes.
So how was your morning?
It's been a very good day today. Let's talk about the latest
Sam Healy,
news.
by the
I don't know if you've heard this. So Kim Kardashian, I don't know.
We just lost like
News
20
we
viewers.
definitely don't care about.
In news we do care about, Dice Tower East is open for registration. So if you are thinking about coming to a fantastic summer convention next year, come on out for that.
Yup.
In other news, Essen's in like 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
You need to stop talking about it.
Actually, at this point, it's less than 2 weeks when
I
we
just said
actually
stop
leave.
talking about it.
hey, if you are going to Essen, go watch the video we posted yesterday, and you can sign up to maybe play a game with one of us, which would be fun. Well, maybe. It'd be fun for us.
It would be fun for us, and hopefully we'll make sure that it's fun for you as well.
Too, yeah.
Get to play some new games and all that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's jump into the news. Alrighty, news. Here we go. Starting with Terminator Dark Fate, the card game. Too many words in the title. This is from River Horse. This is based on the new, or the upcoming Terminator movie, I guess.
That is correct.
It's definitely an older Sarah Connor there on the front.
it's
It's
the
a
same.
fully cooperative deck building style game set in the era after Judgment Day.
Screen caps.
Deck building. Screen caps and deck building. I'm good, thanks.
Well, I'm more concerned about the fact that it's from River Horse. I don't know what their rep is, right?
I don't know who that is.
Whenever there's a new company and an IP, I'm always worried. Doesn't mean that it's bad.
Right.
I mean, Gale Force 9 proved that they could take themes and work with them, but
So
you gotta be cautious.
We'll have to wait and see.
I think I'll wait and see the movie first, and then find out if I'm excited about
That's true,
other.
if you hate the movie.
other
True,
content.
right?
Yeah,
I mean, the movie's not even out yet.
that seems strange. Yeah.
Well, this is coming out December 31st.
All right.
Rallyman GT from Holy Grail Games. This is a racing board game, a roll and move game. Players are taking on the role of race car drivers as they push their finely tuned racing machines to the limit in an effort to cross the finish line in first place.
I think they just copy and pasted that line from like all racing games.
Well, you have
that
6
just
dice.
seems very familiar.
Right.
That phrase.
You have 6 dice that represent the gears of your car, and each die lets you move 1 space. You arrange the dice on the trackboard to plot a course, and then you roll them to see if that move is successful.
Huh.
Okay.
And how is it deemed successful?
If you roll too many warning symbols on the dice, they might spin out or fail to overtake another car in front of them. I don't know how the dice work. Maybe some dice are worse than others, and so you'll put that on a hopefully safer space. Who
Okay,
knows?
that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Because the description up to that point sounded very much like,
Every racing
Formula
game,
D,
yeah.
right? But
Sure,
that
but
could be neat.
Holy Grail puts out some good stuff.
Yeah, they do.
So,
They do.
And this looks, I'm hoping that this, does it say how long it is? 45 minutes, 10 and up, and it can go up to 6 players. That's a good combo for me.
That seems
to
like it's
be able
pretty,
to play a
it's
nice
pretty
little
light.
racing
It's
game.
going to be pretty light, probably.
Right. Cool.
All right. Then we have, I heard you guys talking about this yesterday. Magic the Gathering has,
I
or
was
Wizard
not
of the
part
Coast
of that conversation. I just want to say.
has revealed Ponies Galloping, a card set for Magic the Gathering. This is a 3-card set, though. And in fact, the thing about these particular cards is that, for example, this card here, the Princess Twilight Sparkle, says if you control Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, and Rarity, every pony wins the game. Those cards don't even exist.
When are they coming out?
Who knows? This is because they're silver bordered. You can't use them in tournament play. So
Right, so this is actually something they are doing, if I'm not mistaken, for charity.
wait, there's 4 cards on that sheet though.
One of them's double-sided.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one of them's double-sided. At least one of them,
I'm
anyway.
sure my kids would explain to me why Princess Luna
One of
and
them
Princess Twilight
evolves. If
Strike.
I know anything about Dragon Ball Z, one of them evolves to be a sort of more fiery pony.
Well, this is weird. Like, I would get these for my kids, but they don't play Magic. They're like My Little Pony, but they don't play Magic. So I play Magic, but I don't really care about this. But it's for charity, so that's all well.
Right,
good.
right,
You know,
right,
That's
exactly.
fine. Mishmashing things together. There's a new code names theme.
Oh, I know what it is.
I don't know what this is.
Oh!
Really?
So Simpsons. This is another one. No, I feel like I'm gonna feel this.
I love it.
I'm gonna feel the same way about this what I felt about Marvel. Where if you play with someone who's a fan of the universe, great.
Oh man.
But like if I played this with my wife, she doesn't know anything about the Simpsons.
I
and
mean, but that's okay. That's all right. They make themed versions.
my
That's
clue's
fine.
gonna be 8 yellow.
You know what this reminds me of now? Codenames has gotten to the point of Seen It. You guys remember Seen It from back in the day? This is the
Every
new Seen
IP
It.
under the sun
Yeah.
is going to fall underneath this umbrella. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't care though. Codenames is fine. It's a game, and
Oh,
this
it's
is,
fine. It doesn't bother me. They're making money, but it's just kind of funny how this is the new thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, hey,
It's fine.
That's neat. That's
when
neat.
we get
I like
to Essen
Simpsons.
this year, I expect to see Vlada pull up in a stretch limo. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Eternal Chronicles of the Throne has an expansion coming out,
Already?
Gold and Steel, which has a really cool cover, actually.
Yeah,
That's a
the
pretty neat
game
bear.
out already?
Cyber Bear.
We played it, remember?
Nope.
You didn't like it.
That's probably why I don't remember.
It's the one that it's a 3-player deck building card game.
Where I got eliminated, then you two
got
took
eliminated
forever.
and we sat here forever.
I
just
remember
battling
that.
Each other.
I remember that.
Yeah.
All right, I like the game, but they're not as fans.
That is a cool cover, though.
Glu Maven subtitle. It's actually not called Glu Maven subtitle. They just haven't figured out what the subtitle is yet. This is a new standalone
I
game.
agree, man. Go ahead and talk about what it is.
Go ahead.
It's a new standalone game for Gloomhaven. It's a 24 scenario campaign. Takes place before Gloomhaven, and this is essentially. I never played Gloomhaven. I don't want to buy a gigantic box. This is the starter set essentially, but it also includes 4 new characters that you can play. So they're being smart here. Hey, you want to get into Gloomhaven? Also, you already have Gloomhaven. Basically, who needs this product? Everybody.
I'm surprised this hasn't come out already, to be honest. This seems like such an obvious idea.
Well, I'm sure that
Gloomhaven is this big epic thing, but it's really intimidating also. It's going to be hard to get into. Come out with a stepping stone to Gloomhaven that Gloomhaven fans also are going to want.
And then name it.
Done. And then name it.
Name it before you release it.
I agree.
wow.
Come on.
Nah, I don't care about that.
Look, no, come on. I'm
that's-
sorry. How difficult is it to name your product before you start talking about it publicly? I remember when another company did this. Who was it? CGE. When they came out with Pulsar, whatever.
Yeah, they were just like,
This is the untitled sci-fi game. I'm like, then stick a title on it. Who cares?
and then ultimately they came out with Pulsar 2849, which has
An amazing name.
Nothing. It could have been anything.
It
Call it
could've.
Google star names and pick one.
I would have been okay if this would
Anyhow.
have been Gloomhaven 4 new characters.
I'm excited about this.
Right.
I think this is cool. I like that these 4 new characters look really cool. The one guy with the hatchets, that's pretty neat.
There is nothing wrong with anything that's up here. I just don't understand why they couldn't name it before they released
Sure.
it.
Gloomhaven, Red Dawn.
I'm sure this
There is a lot of red up there.
However,
That's
this
mad.
happens with movies.
Or red dust.
There's a new Star Wars movie, and they don't tell you the name of it, and then they finally reveal the name, and everyone goes crazy.
They do that as a hype building.
Well, maybe that's what's
exercise.
happening here. Gloomhaven is a game big enough for the hype.
It already has the hype, though. You
So-
don't need to build more.
You could say the same thing about the Star Wars movies.
I never said I agreed with how the Star Wars movies release either.
Mark down this day when Sam said something slightly negative about Star Wars.
Slightly negative about
da,
the
da.
stupidity of not naming them.
If I was fully grown in my Wookiee powers, I would rip you limb from limb.
Rip the arms off the
The
gun bag,
Wizards
right?
Play
Okay.
Network is they what they're doing now is they are starting the retail improvement grants. So they're launching a pilot program in which North American Wizards Play Network they can apply for variable size grants.
Okay.
So you could get a grant. I don't know how it works, but obviously you got to run Magic events at your store, do things, and then they'll give you money to make your store better, which is a win-win for everybody. It's a win for the store because they get money, and Wizards has, both the PR of doing this, but also more people go to that store
Absolutely.
then. So that's a pretty neat idea, actually.
I like it. Hey, they got the money, and that's a good move, both again for them and for other people. That's kudos to them for this move.
What I would love to see, I'd love to see how this
Ponies.
works then.
I know, more ponies. Is what
No,
you
I
want.
like to see how this works. I'd like to see eventually a store wins the grant and then immediately takes some before pictures and after. That's what I'd like to see.
I'm sure they will push for that too, because it's got to be public. They need the PR, like you said.
Oath! This is a new game coming from Leader Games. So they apparently are in a current tug of war with Plan B, or Next Move, to have 4-letter titles.
So what if they got Vast, Root,
and Oath.
And Oath, and it's got the same art style, clearly.
It does, and Oath is also the same designer as Root, Cole Worrell, who also did John Company and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Cool.
it's an interactive strategy game about how history gets written, and there is pretty much no other information. They just
But
kind
you
of
know what
announced
they
it.
did do, though? They picked the title.
Oh my
Knew
word!
it was coming. I knew
My
it was coming.
word, who
As soon as you said,
cares?
but you know what they did do, though.
Right?
I knew that was coming.
man.
Chemit on Board Game Geek. You can find the rules for 1.5.
Cool.
I guess I'll probably just print them out at some point. I'm
Why not?
curious.
Why
I
not?
looked
Yeah.
them over briefly, and I
Can't
couldn't
see
tell at a
them.
glance what the differences are.
That's
But
usually what
1.5
1.5s are.
should mean there's some differences because 1.1 is like minor upgrades usually.
Yeah, well, in the
I don't think
computer
anybody
software
follows
world,
that in the.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm
Board
saying a
game world.
1.5 shouldn't be, oh, we fixed the spelling. There
No.
should be some
I
rule
agree,
changes.
right.
there probably will be.
Yeah, so I'm curious on that. But they're collecting feedback on them. They want people to look at the rule book until September 16th. In other words, that's done.
It's hilarious.
Well, I just found it now, okay?
This is news.
Just go look at it. It's available, so
Yeah,
that's still news.
And they're going to work on powers as well as divine intervention cards, then Tassetti, and finally Seth. And they're doing it French first, then English. And so essentially they're crowdsourcing to make the game better.
The clarity of the rules, I suppose, or the okay.
The thing is,
interesting.
the thing that's weird to me about this is I never.
do it all in one go. Why would they do base game?
No. They're
in
working
this?
on it. They're not, I'm not saying they're. I think the end result of this is Chemit 2, right? And so
Sure.
they're just saying they're going to work on this one at a time with the fans.
Okay.
I'm okay with this. To me it's a little odd because I didn't think Chemit was some out of date game.
Right.
There's no question that Tassetti is a little unwieldy.
Okay. Yes.
And Seth is,
Tassetti is the one that had all of the
priests
servants and all the
and-
different tracks. Yeah, that was kind of jumped the shark on that one.
a little, although I really like the black tiles.
Yeah, I guess they offer interesting powers, but how you went about getting them and having to go on all those little
No,
different
you don't have to do
branches
the.
and all that
You
kind
don't
of
have
stuff?
to do the branching. You could just do the black tiles.
Okay, well,
which is what I do because I do like the priest thing a lot, but it's one of those expansions where I'm like, yeah, I can see why I'm never pulling this out because it's that much more work.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Set got him back on track, I think.
So at the Spiel, there is Walk the Halls for Charity. This is being run by Boards and Dice, they're like. Weren't they like a little tiny company a few years ago?
Well, they
These
joined
guys
forces
everywhere.
with an SKN, so I mean, it's not like
Sure. Well, this is gonna be there, and so you're supposed to use like your device and walk the halls. Basically, if you shop at Essen, you already got it. I feel
Sure.
there's a lot of steps there.
I imagine you would. Do you have to sign up or say that you're going to do it, or I don't understand what is this doing? Walk the halls for charity. How,
Yeah, you walk the halls. You're supposed to use your phone and stuff, keep track of your steps, and then if you walk a certain amount of steps, you get this. I think you buy this maybe, and then do it, and then that money goes to charity.
Okay, that
Something
makes
like
sense.
that.
All right, you got to pay to be
Yeah.
part of it. All right, good.
I think it's a cool idea though, and
Yeah, it's
then
nice.
you
It's a
shame
good
everybody
move.
else. Who you?
That's right.
That's how these work though,
Right.
right? Like,
Yes.
hey, where's your medal, Z?
Right.
I walked.
He's like, I don't walk.
I walked 15,000.
Gets
steps.
back on his scooter.
Roll. I'm gonna roll for charity.
Rolled and
Roll for charity. Alrighty, that's the
see me
news.
roll.
I'm sure we're going to actually have some pretty big announcements in a few weeks, as SNA always announce a pile of stuff. But for now, let's hear about Kickstarter and how to shut up from Pa.
oh,
Hello, fellow gamers. Thanks to everybody who came up and said hi to me down at Rincon Games Convention this weekend in Arizona. It was so much fun. Also, our lineup for this week is all about app-driven games and content. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about app-driven games because I think it's really unique and it's something that is coming into the market and just kind of changing things. So, let's get started. Featured this week, we have Cosmic Colonies by Floodgate Games, which pits 2 to 5 asteroid farmers against each other to see who can create the most out of this world colony for 30 to 45 minutes, as players will be drafting unique workers from their decks to build polyomino pattern bases on their asteroid resort, and then passing those workers to the next player to use in their decks. This chunk of space can be brought to your game shelf for $39. Speaking of spacey things, we have The Search for Planet X by Foxtrot Games. That seems a lot like Space Detectives for 2 to 4 astrophysicists ready to participate in a scientific logic puzzle to deduce just where that sneaky Planet X resides. For about 60 to 75 minutes, as players will be using a super scientific app, along with gameplay that allows players to incorrectly guess things and have it be kept secret, as well as challenge where objects may be located. This exploration starts at $34. Next up is Time of Legends Destinies by Lucky Duck Games. This takes 1 to 3 medieval explorers and drops them into a fantastic story-driven campaign, where players' interactions within the game can change stories, opportunities, locations, and objects in this hybrid RPG style game that uses an app to provide an augmented narrative-like experience. This story starts at $49. Lastly, since we can't get enough app-driven content this week, we have Oathsworn Into the Deepwood by Shadowborn Games. This calls for 1 to 4 adventurers seeking to unlock an epic fantasy-driven story, as this game comes with hidden content that can be unlocked through actions taken in this choose-your-own style adventure game. And let's not forget those loads of gorgeous minis it has to cover your board at home. This game starts at $99. Thanks so much for joining me this week, guys. If you want to know more about any of the Kickstarters that you saw here today, then join me at gloryhound.com as we talk about all of these Kickstarters in depth and if we would back them or not. It is a live show, so you guys get to participate. And other than that, I will see you guys all next week.
So we're coming back to GMT and our comparison with Dungeons & Dragons and Panzer, which is ridiculous. But anyways, I made the comparison. Paul made the argument about having 1 million books, and I said, yeah, it's going to be difficult for the newbie to go in. Well, you can also say, yeah, but we have a plethora of stuff to choose from. What do you got? Well, we got stuff too, man. There's 4 expansions in this game, and there's books in there. Different stats, different scenarios, just not 1 million. You know, I even forgot to say who this game was designed by. It was designed by James M. Day, published by, obviously, GMT. This is a 2-player game and can easily be soloed. Can you solo Dungeons & Dragons? No, you need at least 3 people. And just like Dungeons & Dragons, this Panzer game is a tactical game. Dungeons & Dragons is a tactical game. Can you explain tactical again? Sure, fart face. You know when you do something bad and I have to take care of it? Well, that's tactical. And you know when you do something really bad and the elephant, your mom has to take care of it? Well, that's the whole army. Okay, let's move on. Another game by GMT, Enemy Coast Ahead, designed by Jeremy White. This game, from the beginning to the end, has you planning the mission. Basically, you're going through school, but it's not school, it's fun. Okay, school wasn't fun, this is fun. And you plan your missions, who you're gonna recruit, how much money you got, who you gotta talk to, and then you do the mission. Wicked. And by the way the rule book is organized here, best rule book I've ever read, is he starts you off with really fun stuff. You're in the mission, you know what I mean? He takes you by the hand in his examples of play, and he tells you what to do. For example, here is your nose, here is your finger. He grabs your hand and says, that's how you pick your nose. That's how easy it is. Actually, Jeremy White has 2 Enemy Coasts Ahead. Enemy Coast Ahead is the series. This one is called Operation Chastise, with bouncing bombs to go blow up a dam. And the other Enemy Coast Ahead is called Doolittle, the Tokyo Raids 1942. Same mechanics, different situation. Bouncing Bombs is the first one. Operation Chastise. Blow Tokyo Away is the second one. And both of these games are solo games. Who needs anybody? And because these games are actually the real deal that actually happened, all the real names of every single one of the crews and every single one of the airplanes are mentioned in the game. So we're gonna get to know these guys personally. Yeah, and sometimes the outcome isn't favorable. I got something in my eye. Oh, Paul! Shut up! Okay, next week, more GMT because they got a million games. See you next week. Have a good one.
Player stereotype is
No!
fart face.
No!
I'm just kidding. That I used to get called fart face all the time. I used to call people fart face too.
Yes!
So that's cool. Not that one. And if you look at the picture that was picked by Chris, which is very, very fitting here, the word no is written with a bunch of yeses. Now, the person that we're talking about here...
Clever!
Yes.
Clever girl.
The person that we're talking about here is that person, and I think we've all been there. We've all been there where, what game do you want to play? I don't care. Whatever you want to play. And then you say...
The biggest lie ever told!
Well, how about this game? Nah, I don't really want to play that game. All right, well, what about this game? No, I just played that yesterday. I don't want to play that again. Well, what game do you want to play? I don't really care. Just whatever you want. Okay. What about this one? That's the guy I'm talking about.
You hate that person.
No, I don't hate that person.
He is
I've
that
been that
person.
person. I think you've been that person. He's been that person.
Everybody's been,
Roy's
that,
been
person at least once. It's
Everybody's been that person, right?
I know what it is. I mean, the problem is, I think the answer to this humans issue is
Own one game.
no.
Own one game. No.
Give them a small selection to pick from.
Like out of these four, which would you rather?
100%. That'll
Yeah.
work 102% of the time.
Yeah. The problem is that I think these people are just simply indecisive.
And I think it's
And
it's
we're all there at some point.
I think it's just a wealth of what is it? What's that phrase? You have too many riches. A wealth of riches? No, that's not it.
An embarrassment of riches.
That's it. It's
That's
that
the Christian Peterson
embarrassment-
phrase he would
the
always use.
embarrassment of riches thing, where there's 102 games on. I don't know why it's 102 now. It's twice I say it. I apologize. There's 104 games on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know what to go with. This happens to me just at home picking a game to take over to
take
someone's
with
house.
you, right? Yeah.
I'm like, okay. You stand there for 12 minutes going, I don't know what to pick. I don't really have any. You have all these games. But if I go, I'm gaming tonight and I'm taking something to game night from this shelf, I'll make up my mind.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yep.
That's that paralyzing, feeling of I can't make it up my mind. You give them one game option, which is what you successively did, then they can decide.
Yep.
And they go no
Yes.
or yes. So that's
Or
kind
yes,
of
no.
or yes and no. I try to combat that by making
True.
a smaller selection available, and if that doesn't work, smacking works.
Smacking. That's usually what we do, though. Is
That's what
we choose what we take to game nights, right? And we
Right.
kind of do the work for them on our side of it, but it still kind of happens, right?
Yeah, it does a little
Every
bit.
once in a while.
Not
Well,
to me.
you don't. You just take.
I just put the game on the table.
Yeah, you just take.
You are a gaming
Next-
bully. Is this some
next-
sort of stereotype for someone who shows up, sits at the table, yeah? They're probably wearing some loud hat.
Yes.
And they set up a game and they're like, this is getting
And a
played.
tie they took from the crime scene.
Yes. Or else. Like, this is what's happening at this table right now. If you want to play, great. If not, get out. But this
Yeah.
is happening.
Get out of my face.
There is no
That is
changing
not-
this.
Correct.
Yes, but that
I'm
is-
playing this. I don't care what you do.
As opposed to what the Terminator says, the future is set.
No, but that is what I do. Now when you have like four people, that's not necessarily how it goes. But even then, I just put a game on the table and start setting it up.
That's right.
too, you
And
too.
people are like, okay, I guess we're playing this next.
But no, because I used to, when we lived in Korea and we had a game day every Saturday, at the church, and every Saturday we would open up the cabinet and look at all the games. Everybody's just stand there and go,
Yeah.
but that one, I was like, this is worse with restaurants. It always drives me nuts.
Big menus, you mean?
No,
No.
just a restaurant. I'm like, hey, what do you want to eat?
Oh,
The person's like,
sure.
I don't care. All right, we'll do Chinese. Oh, I had Chinese yesterday.
Yeah.
Then don't say you don't care.
Just say anything but Chinese. I think he just got triggered.
You all right, bud?
I'm fine.
You turned a little red there. It's all right.
Do you need
It's
a
just
hug?
food.
No.
It's just sustenance.
No, you just had a hug yesterday. Okay, how about
I had a hug last week. I'm fine. I'm working on this. There's a couple of ladies at church who they keep like, you need more hugs, and I was like, I don't like hugs. They're like, well, we'll get you over that. How do you do that?
By giving you hugs.
I know it's.
I just hope they don't call us to employ our help.
No, they're very Cuban and like, well, we hug everybody. I'm like, I'm a Yankee. Yankees don't hug anyone. Right? Maybe just my Yankee.
Well, you
heritage.
know, when in Rome, you do as the Romans do, right?
I get it. It's taken a while.
Doesn't matter where
okay?
you're from.
All right, why is this a therapy
matters where you
session?
are.
We are talking
Would
about
you like
no.
a couch?
all right, time's up for today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We'll see you again
Make sure
next
you see
week.
my accountant on the way out.
That's right. Cha-ching.
We have some more segments. Play them.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for that game.
Which one? You have so many all over the house.
It's the one with a cartoon Mr. T on it.
Oh, Mr. T, Mr. T. I know where that's at. Here it is, Mr. T, published in 1983 by Milton Bradley.
This is a 2 to 4 player game
I pity the fool who doesn't play games.
in which you're Mr. T's gymnast team trying to run some
I
errands
pity the fool who doesn't run errands.
and trying to make it to the airport first
I pity the fool who doesn't get there first.
before the other players. Let me set this up and show you how it
I
works.
pity the fool who doesn't know how to set it up.
This is what the game board will look like set up. Everybody's going to pick their favorite character from the TV show, and they're each going to start at their houses. The timer will start at 12. Each player is going to get dealt a hand of 3 Mr. T cards, which are errand cards, which they need to go before they can finish the game. On every turn, you're going to spin the spinner and move that many spaces along the game board in any direction. If you land on a star, you will pick up a team card and do whatever it says. If you land on the bus, you can go ahead and board the bus, and when you spin the spinner, you'll move double the amount. If you land on a star while you're on the bus, you take a bus card instead and do whatever it says. Once you have come to the location that is on one of your cards, that is considered completing an errand, and you'll just put it right in front of you. After everybody has taken a turn, the timer will go down 5 minutes. If the timer comes all the way back to 12, the game is over, and whoever has completed the most errands will win the game. If you have completed all 3 of your errands before the timer runs out, you make it to the airport, and then you have also won the game. In the 80s, Mr. T had a lot of licensed merchandise. He even had his own cereal.
I pity the fool who doesn't eat Mr. T cereal.
That's 36 years old. I'm not going to eat that. May your rolls be high.
Greetings and welcome to the Meg People. I am that board game guy. Don't you just hate that? When someone introduces you to a friend or somebody or their family, or you're at a party and somebody's introducing you around and they say, "Hi, this is Tom, that board game guy." To me, that is akin to introducing someone as so-and-so's wife, or this is so-and-so's husband, or this is so-and-so's son or daughter. It's like, hello, I have a name. Now, as much as we love the gaming community and hobby, that is not what defines us. We are so much more than the board gaming hobby. For example, me, I'm not just all about board games. I mean, ignore the background. I'm into horror movies. I'm into cigars. I'm into motorcycles. I'm into music. I mean, even as far as like music, you know. Somebody, hi, this is Tom. He's that heavy metal dude. Well, I listen to stuff more than just heavy metal. It's great that we love this board gaming hobby, but there's so much more to us than just, oh, he's that person who plays all the games. I mean, if that's the only thing that somebody identifies, then that's all they're going to see. But if you want to find out more about this board gaming guy, just go to the Meg People website. All the links are there in the podcast and social media craps. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
You know what, guys? I agree. There is much more to us than board games. I agree with the Mega Meeple. And so today we're going to be talking about other stuff as well, but we're going to keep it all geeky. So we're talking about Geeky Cred here. These are going to be geeky things. And much like the last time, we're going to play cooperative, you two against me, the same way we did it last time.
Okay.
And
I believe we won last time.
these
Like,
things,
convincingly
there's
won.
a collection of different. There's a collection of different things here, all sorts of media, right? What you are trying to do, or to understand the scale, the older it is, the more geeky street cred it's worth, i.e. the number is higher.
So the older, the better.
That's right.
That's cool.
Okay, and I will give you one clue. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not looking at these. That's one. That's one. The only clue I will give you is the spread from the newest to the oldest thing is approximately 40 years.
From the newest to the oldest thing is approximately 40 years.
That is correct.
40
Don't forget.
years. So it's possible that we're talking about only 40 years into the past.
It's possible.
Well, we'll know when we see whatever it is.
You'll know when you see
Right.
a couple more things, I guess.
Oh man, if Eric and Chris were here, we'd win.
That is probably true.
They're
I
like-
think if Derek were here, we would win.
Well,
I
Eric,
mean, just with these two.
well, Weird Al Yankovic.
So again,
What
you
was
guys
his
had
first album? Was it
it's
White and Nerdy?
self-titled.
Oh,
No,
self-titled.
it was not White and Nerdy. White and
is.
Nerdy is actually fairly
Yeah. So it is self-titled.
recent, I would imagine.
So, don't forget at some point you need to give me one. Other than that, you guys will work together and pick who gets these. You're trying to split the pile as evenly as possible.
point out I think we're gonna lose.
Why do you say that? You got the little dude?
I
Yeah.
do. What does this dude do?
At the end, you can assign him to one of you two, and
Plus
he's
5.
plus 2.
Plus 2, that's right.
+5.
Well, you never know.
Cat. Plus
Man.
5.
I just say that we take one of these and give it to one of us, and then look at the new card and get some information from that.
That was very white and nerdy.
I think Weird Al was about 20 years ago. I want to say about 20 years
In the
ago.
90s?
Yeah. I know in high school I was listening to Weird Al. I had a
That's-
whole bunch of his.
That's early 90s.
Yes.
20 years ago is 99.
I understand that.
So you're saying 30 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to have to carry this one. Math is tough.
Well, I mean, I was. I was
Sam just forgets how old we are
I
getting.
agree.
That's
No,
all there
that happens
is.
to me too, though. When
That's
I want to
true.
say something was in the 90s, I'm like, yeah, like 20 years ago. Not in like a few months.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
What I'm saying is this might be one of the older ones, not one of the newer
No,
ones.
I get that, but
I mean,
Well,
just
you don't
based
know
off
my-
on these two things, I think that came out
I don't know what. I just
I
called
don't-
them all Atari. I don't remember which
with the
system was which.
2600, right? Can you give us that clue? Was that like the original Atari?
That's like the second one.
The second one?
Oh, then that's an old one. Let's give that one a Z and get started. But I don't know what the newest
No,
thing in there
oldest
is.
You don't know
good.
the frame.
Oldest is what we want.
Is oldest one
Newest
or
is
is
what
oldest
he
10?
wants. What we want to give him.
No, you want to give me a big number, so you do want to give me something old. You want my number is your available gap.
Ah, that's right.
But
okay.
you still don't know what the oldest thing is and what the newest
That's what I'm
thing
saying.
is.
So let's take Weird Al, give it to one of the two of us, and see what the next card is.
Okay.
Take it. Take it real good, huh?
Oh, I know this one. It's 95.
All right, well, that's a hint, isn't it?
But again, I think
If you start putting these together,
that's
guys.
older than that.
I get it, but I said we can give that to Z now.
Oh.
I will reveal it as soon as you give it to me, don't forget. That also might help you figure out about where the timeline lies.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That's mine?
Do it. We reveal it?
Yes. You gave me a 7, guys.
All right, that's cool.
So that's how different your totals can be.
Well, was Willow 80s? Sounds like 80s. The special effects are definitely held up well.
That ain't right.
Nope.
I love Willow, but when he fights a dragon, you're like, all right.
Oh my goodness.
I do like that movie though. That's a movie. If they announced they were remaking it, I would not be upset.
Is that the one with Val Kilmer in it?
Val Kilmer, that's right.
It's a movie you quote
Tempting, but
all the time,
no.
but you've never seen.
You want to breed? Tempting, but no.
Anyway,
Right.
So Willow's an old one. Let's take Willow, and we'll go from there. Willow. Well, what does it matter? You could take a card.
Tempting, but
Take the card.
Is that 1?
Half-Life. Oh, I'm out. I'm out.
Half-Life video game. These are both kind of newer.
Okay. Sarah's Katana is 95. I know that.
Right. And I think Half-Life is around the same time. That's the problem.
Well, then let's take one of each, and we're even. I'll take Catan.
Well, you have to remember which ones do you think you have. Which of these might be newer, right?
Spider-Man debuts comics. I like to point out that that's
Oh dear.
old.
That's very, very
I like to
old.
give that to Z.
Too late.
I want to say it's 69, or it's...
Well, am I taking this then?
Yeah, take Half-Life, and that will even us out. Ooh, Harry Potter. You were working at Barnes & Noble's when Harry Potter came out, right?
Yes.
And that was what year?
Don't ask me that question. Because now I have to do math.
Stop asking me questions.
No, you worked there while we were in college, or at the end of
Yeah,
college.
that was-
It was
I
98,
graduated-
99, 97, and 99, that time frame.
Yeah, thereabouts.
All right, so that's the same as Catan.
So I should take that one too?
Yes.
None of the years are exactly the same, obviously, but they might be close.
All right, so now these are both old. So I'll take one and you take the other. How about I take Spider-Man?
You might want to do these one at a time, also.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. But Dune and Spider-Man match.
Okay. Oh.
81?
Sure.
That's old, though.
Again, I don't remember years.
Well, I think that will match Weird Al if you take that one. Oh, no! Risk!
I'm glad he's alpha playing this.
Well, you did say you don't know years. I mean, that's okay.
That's why I'm being honest. I'm glad he's alpha playing this.
Well, that's good that you guys can. Honestly, what I like about this the most, guys, is the discussion that you guys do. Like when you see a new thing, you're like, "Oh no, I wasn't expecting that." I like that.
I think Risk is 65. Dune in the 60s
I love
or
having
70s.
all the answers. All the answers.
Here's the problem, though. One of us has to have 5. Oh wait, how does that work again? Is one of us 5, 1 4? Can we take one out and it's 4 to 4? Or?
No. One of you will have 5. The other one will have 4.
I forgot that rule, so this even Steven thing is not working.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't care. You can take as many as you want.
No. I understand that one of us is going to have 5.
Well,
we want
which
to make
one
sure
of
that
these is
person.
the oldest?
I didn't realize we would have tilted.
Which one of these is the oldest?
Risk is, I think, 65. Dune, I think, is.
Before that?
No, it's not from the 50s. Oh, or is it? I don't think so.
I will give you all the years when you guys are done.
Right now.
Take care of your minds.
Well, here's the thing. I think
Nourish them puppies.
You're tilting.
I need to take the less older one.
Well, no. They're both high numbers. That's the problem. If they were both low numbers, I'd say one of us takes both of them. Well, who has old stuff? I got Spider-Man. Yeah, no.
I have newer, except for Willow. I have newer stuff.
Well, even Willow's not. Yeah. So this is 7. This is. It's 70s, I think. So they're both older than that. So that's like 8, 9, or 9 and 10. The other one would be Spider-Man. These are the 8, 9, and 10 right here.
I think that's the 10.
Then how about I take that?
No, well.
And then you take Risk. Man. Risk it all.
Okay, guys. Well, before you reveal any of them, if you think someone's over the other one, that's a +2 to the other guy. You can bring yourselves a little bit closer. You think you're above Sam's total?
No.
You think Sam's above your total?
Let me quick do some math.
Ew. I need a coffee break. Brought to you by Folgers. It's the Nasty Hinge cup.
I'm afraid to give it to either one of us. Do we have to give it to somebody?
You don't. You asked me the same thing last time.
Did we give it to someone last time?
You did not.
Nope. And we won.
Let's do it.
But we might need it to win here. Because I think we get whooped right now.
Yeah, but I don't know who's higher.
Well, you can estimate what you
Settlers
think.
of Catan, Weird Al Yankovic are both.
They're both 90s.
Newer. I would imagine.
Okay, so let's pretend I have a
here's
10
the
and a
thing.
9.
I'm pretty sure this is the newest thing out here between us.
Harry Potter. Well, what about Half-Life? Maybe Half-Life. It's one of those two.
No, because I'm pretty sure Half-Life came out before
we were in college?
this came out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
I was busy playing StarCraft.
So
why didn't you put StarCraft? I would have known that one.
That also would have worked.
You didn't see that. I did. But
No, it doesn't
anyway,
matter. It's okay at this point.
we've already made the decision, right?
yeah.
Anyway, I think that.
Wait, we made what
Yeah,
decision?
we're not arranging them, so it won't matter, man.
Let's
No, I know.
not
We're
give the
talking
guy
through
out
it.
and flip him and find out. Come on.
You don't want to give them out? You think you're about even?
No, I think we're within 7 though.
All right.
We just have to be 7 or less,
That's
or
right.
is it less than 7?
7 or less is fine.
All right, let's do it.
What do you got?
9 and 8.
this
Oh,
is
good. I
So
gave you
far,
the 10.
so good.
This is not. I don't know, dude.
All right, I feel 12, 13, 23, and 17, 25. Oh, and again, if I'd given you the 2, he would have been dead even. That happened last time.
Yes.
Come on, cat.
Get out of my face. See ya.
Oh, come on, guys. Obviously you're playing easy mode. Okay, because you hit this now twice. When I figure out how to design nightmare mode is on, baby. Okay, guys. So the oldest thing is Risk. It came out in '59.
Oh, not 65. All right.
No, 65 is actually Dune, when Dune was published. But
All right.
that's the third thing. In between them, Spider-Man debuted in '62.
Okay.
All right? And then the newest thing is Half-Life. That came out in '98.
Okay.
But Harry Potter's first book was in '97.
Got it. Okay.
And then Settlers of Catan 95. Willow was 88.
Right.
Weird Al's first album came out in '83.
Wow. I didn't realize it was
So
that
I was
old.
right. These are the 2 newest things.
Those are the 2 newest. You just had them reversed, but they're only a year apart.
Right.
So Weird Al 93. The Empire Strikes Back actually came back in 80. 77, then 80, and then
I said
83,
81.
I think, yeah. And Atari 2600 came out in the 70s, 77.
Yeah,
There
I
you
don't
go.
know all those. I just read a
You guys were
book about
very-
that too.
You were very close. You were 2 apart, guys. That's really, really good.
Sweet. All righty.
So well done. Congratulations.
Z loses 2 episodes in a row. Let's move on.
That's it. That's it.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, well, today we're going to be talking to you about Harry Potter, Hogwarts Battle, Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Whew, you said it. Way to go. But before we do, we're going to bridge the gap between health and board games.
I kind of plateaued a little bit, but even still, plateauing where I'm at now is better than plateauing where I was at a year ago. So I'm pretty excited about that, and it's all about small victories. I stepped well today. Small victory. Hey, I ate pretty well today. Small victory. So I'm going to hopefully see more of those and get to the next level.
So speaking of small victories, this game is all about small victories. You have to win 3 times in a row, or not in a row. You just have to win 3 times, best 3 out of 5. You're 2 wizards, dueling it out. It's a 2-player game, and you just have to keep on winning again and again, or you just have to keep on losing again and again, and you lose. When you are losing this game, it feels awful. It really does. And luckily, like, the first couple of times we played it and I was losing and it just felt terrible, but it warmed up to me after a while, so that was good, but it can be a downer.
I disagree. I love playing this game, probably because I'm the one winning. No, but I can see where she's coming from. Losses can be a little bit punishing, but I love how fast this game plays. And I love the theme of this game. Not just the Harry Potter intellectual property, but actually the theme of the game of the 2 wizards dueling, how you collect items, you're going to learn spells, get allies to help you along the way. I just think it works really well together.
Well, if you'd like to hear our full reviews, go ahead and check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook and on YouTube. We are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, well, this is Ryan and I'm Bethany, encouraging you to play games, live healthy, and create moments. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
2 brothers set loose in a thrift store. This is Thrift Store Throwbacks. Maggie, you want to play a game?
Yeah, but I just have no clue what we should play.
Okay, well, I mean, I picked last time, so, like...
Yeah, I only just want to, you want to give me a clue what we should play?
I don't want to play Power Grid. That's it. That's the only thing I can really think of is I don't want to play.
Mike, we're only going to have time for a filler game, dude. Hurry up, man. Come on.
Yeah, Nick, I just really need you to give me a clue what we should play.
Did you ever get a clue, Nick? Dude, I don't... Just pick something, man. I don't care. Worker placement.
Now do you get a clue?
All right, so this is Clue, the card game. Now, this takes place after Clue. The suspect has escaped, and they're taking some kind of vehicle to some kind of location. So one person is going to randomly choose a person, a location, and a vehicle without looking at them, so they also don't know what they are. Then everyone else has clues, just like Clue. So I have these, and you're going to be making accusations, and other people will be like, nope, it can't be this red car, because I have this red car. You can snoop. You can look at the player on your left's hand to see what they have. You can make people show you certain cards with a private tip or with a super sleuth. And you basically go round and round and round like Clue until someone accurately knows that it was Mrs. White in the seaplane in Mount Rushmore. Nailed it. So that was Clue, the card game. Mystery Beyond the Mansion. One thing I will say about this game, I love that it like kind of continues the Clue story. Aside from that, I think we disagree. I don't like this. I think this is terrible. I would just rather play Clue.
See, I don't want to just play Clue because the whole like making guesses and asking people and then getting like little bits of information is what we want to do in Clue. But in the regular old game, you spend like 8 turns in between every one of those moments just trying to go pick to like a room to then make an ask there.
Maybe it's just straight nostalgia talking. That might be it, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to play Clue, I'd rather just play Clue.
Well,
like
yes,
in the parlor with the lead pipe. I'd rather just play that rather than like this version. I'd rather just play some other social deduction game. Yeah. If you like Clue, this is a much more portable version because it is very, very Clue-like.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite person? Professor Plum, all day. Always.
Miss Peacock, man.
You were always Miss Peacock, yeah. Professor Plum, the best, obviously.
Who's your favorite Clue character? Put them in the comments below. And consider checking out the Brothers Smurf on YouTube right here if you like what we do. And until next time, we'll see you in the probably the police station, because we're probably wanted at this point for this person's murder.
Hey there, it's Jen, the board game librarian, with my segment From the Page to the Table. We are at Gen Con, and I am at the Osprey booth with
Philip Partelius.
Wonderful, and we're going to talk about a game that's not out yet, and it's still kind of under wraps a little, and that is a game based on the Sarah J. Maas series,
Throne of Glass.
Throne of Glass. So, tell me a little bit more about its Embers of Memory, is the title of it. What's it about?
So Embers of Memory is a book is a game that's based on the Throne of Glass series, and specifically on the last book in the series, so the climax of the series. It's a cooperative 2-player game, where it's an asymmetric game where you're playing cards and sort of puzzling out in order to, one player has a lot of control but little information, and the other player has a lot of information but not very much control, and it's about how they communicate and work together. And what will happen in the game is that as you play a game and you beat it, it will unlock a bit more of both the story as a sort of following book and more additional complexity and challenge in the game, so it ramps up to match difficulty, and ultimately you need to play at least 7 or 8 games to beat the game altogether.
Oh, wow.
But it's hard enough that you'll probably end up playing more games than that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And that's going to be coming out for Essen?
Yeah, Essen, absolutely.
Essen,
so,
okay.
October. Should add as well, if you pre-order it and you send the receipt to us, we have a pre-order exclusive poster.
That's awesome!
That's very cool.
That is so
cool. I have the poster on my wall. I love it.
Yeah, I would totally do that too. All right, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with me, and we'll see you next time. Happy breakfast.
Oh my goodness
The
me!
blade was not out.
Oh, I've been fooled.
Tomfoolery.
Yes, tomfoolery.
Which is what my mom said a lot, but I don't. There might have been a space in there. Anyway,
Tom. Foolery.
Tom bleep foolery.
No, my mom.
My mom didn't. No, mom didn't believe in
Ah,
it.
let's
Come
see
on,
what's
man.
in the box now.
What do we got? What's in there? Is it ideally games? Is that what we're thinking it might be?
I'm hoping so. We did the snacks last time. Oh, I just saw this one on the Essen. On the Essen preview. This is based on a computer game, I think.
Right.
It's by the same guy who designed Nations. Nations, the dice game. And what's the game we just played from them? The technology one. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm so used to flipping it upside down. Sorry.
The technology one?
Yeah, from Thames and Cosmos. We played it here. Like,
Pretty
you
sure
put
he
the
did
tiles at the bottom.
he did the Warhammer thing from.
Oh, I don't know what you mean.
WizKids. He also designed the.
Are you talking about the?
Man, I can't remember the name of the game.
Era, Dawn of Humanity, or whatever it was
yeah,
called.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was him. Tribes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him too.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that
he
one.
also did the Warhammer 40K one from where you're all trying to. Gosh, I can't remember the name. Rise of. Like a Chardalon or something.
Ah,
like that.
so this is this actually looks pretty cool for me. I mean, this is not a theme that Z's all.
I was passing them to you. You didn't catch any.
Ooh. Okay, this always makes me happy. I like boxes that look like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a Tweety bird.
Yeah, Z says he doesn't necessarily like city building themes,
right
but
out.
I do.
You do.
Is this the Monet?
Oh.
Money chips.
My goodness.
Money tokens.
Oh no. Oh.
What are they? They're hard to punch out, yeah?
Yeah.
This
I'm
one's
not
a
a
little
fan.
hard, but it wasn't that bad.
I think one of the
But
things.
yeah, these are bad.
One of the things I don't like about punching tiles and stuff out is when they're attached to other tiles.
If
Yeah,
they're well punched, they still work fine.
but these aren't well punched.
I want that bird.
Go ahead.
All right.
I
that's
gave
cool.
you the bird.
I get it because it's insulting.
What? Wait, what?
He looks like the new logo for Twitter.
Yeah. So this is, I guess, Tetrisy maybe, as you put these
That
tiles
looks
out.
cool.
We can only hope.
That looks cool.
Yeah, I
You're
really do
supposed to
like how
punch
this
this
looks.
too, huh? Yeah, I guess so.
There's a lot.
Well, the rules aren't too long. They're 8 pages.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, this
Cool.
looks like a pretty.
Yes, he did. His original game was Tribe Civilization game. That was the first game that he did.
Oh, okay.
This is his. That was well, with Cosmos. That was his
Got
first
it.
game he did with Cosmos.
Got it.
Now he's doing. This is his second game.
All right. I do
So-
like Tribes. I think he has a good eye for simple, straightforward
cool.
designs. You know, designs that are clean.
But what's
a
interesting about this
stadium.
game is it's a cooperative one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm slightly more interested.
That's interesting. It's a co-op game. You're trying to, and then you can play different
hospital?
scenarios.
Yeah.
Like you put those
I
four
mean, the
boards.
H means helipad, but
Yeah.
You put the 4 boards together, and you're making a city.
Okay.
And then I guess you got to get everything in a failed city. Is if you don't have enough money to pay something from your treasury, if the happiness of your city goes down.
It's like Sim City, the board game, a little bit. I guess that's what Cities Skylines is like, the video game.
Yeah, well,
That's neat.
It definitely looks cool.
why is the box inside of the box like that? Is that just to?
I think it's just for cool
Looks?
cool factor. It
You
works.
play right in the box.
No.
You do
do
what
not.
you want, Tom, if you buy this game. Don't tell people what to do. Yeah. Just saying, man. You know, for example, when I play this, it has a dexterity component in which I make the little bird fly into the box.
All right.
You win.
There's a residential zone. So let's pretend that it takes
You
water.
pay 1 water, you pay 1 tree?
Outhouse.
I don't know what that symbol
Tree,
is.
and then you get a
and then you
dude.
get 1 human. Then, if the robbers equals 0, plus 3 happiness.
Well, that makes sense.
If crime is 0, you
That
get plus
dude is a bad guy from Spider-Man.
That's that crime.
Here's a high
no,
school.
That's the
Pay
spider
3
monkey.
money,
Cemetery.
get happy.
Come on, get happy.
Well, get happy on that one also, okay.
Are there things that add crime, I wonder?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's-
no.
it better be.
Yeah, there you go. Commercial zone adds crime.
That ain't right.
Well, maybe you should be
downtown
scared.
area.
This residential zone adds crime.
That's the other side of the tracks.
I guess. Well,
But if you got trees that make you happy.
this industrial one adds crime. I don't know why I'm showing all the ones that add crime.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Here's a botanical garden.
You're a bad person.
Okay, so it costs quite a bit, but it reduces, I imagine, pollution?
That sounds right. Let me look for something that adds pollution.
Pretty straightforward kind of concepts at play.
Police
here.
headquarters definitely
that
lowers
will
crime.
drop that crime right down.
And there's an industrial, so that adds pollution. All right.
That's cool.
These are pretty good looking. I like the symbology. It seems clean.
Yep.
All right.
All right, well, that's our unboxing. Is there more? Is there more stuff?
Yeah, there's more stuff, of course.
Let's watch it.
Yay!
Hi, I'm Jordan. This is Second Chance Shelf. This week we're looking at Trombone. It's one of my favorite two-player games put out by Lookout Games. Let's see what's inside the box. Trombone is a two-player card game built around the use of these multi-use cards. Each card can be used to be saved as money, they can be used as passengers, or they can be used as tram stops. In the center of the table is where the passengers are going to be waiting for the trams, and each of these is going to be different colors. In front of each player, there are going to be the tram lines that each player controls. Here I control a tram line that has a power of 2 for blue cards, and I also have one of yellow cards. On your turn, you can play as many cards in front of you as you'd like, adding to your tram lines as long as they are being played in ascending order, similar to Lost Cities. You can also start new tram lines, purchasing these trams over here, paying the cost in the corner, or you can discard any cards from your hand to save as cash. Now, one of the most interesting parts of the game is how pacing is controlled by the players. The game ends after 10 tours are scored, and players score them after 4 cards are placed in the passenger row. Then that color is then scored, and you score all the points for that. Trombone has a lot of really interesting decisions. So if you want to play this card as a passenger, then maybe I'll be able to score my brown trams. But maybe I wanted to put it on my brown tram lines because then I would score 3 bonus points every future turn that those trams were scored. Do I want to rush and score one of my lines because I know my opponent doesn't have as many points there? Or do I want to try to build up some of the ones that don't have as many because I know they're going to be scoring some of those points also? I love it. It's great. I don't usually pay attention to whether games are in stock, but I did just notice that Amazon has like 5 copies in stock. I don't know if this game is going to be in print for much longer, so if you're on the fence, I would definitely pick up Trombone. Happy breakfast.
Hi everyone, I'm Doug Jr. And I'm Doug III. And you're watching a Fellowship of Meeples with Doug and Doug Games. Well, today we're going to continue our countdown to Halloween with our number 3 spooky game, which is
Dead of Winter, designed by Jonathan Gilmour and Isaac Vega and published by Plaid Hat Games.
Now, in this game, 2 to 5 players are going to take on the role of survivors during the zombie apocalypse. You're going to have to travel to different sites and search for resources so that you can overcome particular crises that will arise during each round.
There's a main objective for all the survivors to work towards, as well as secret objectives for each individual player.
You have to be careful, however, because one of you may be a traitor. Discover who it is, and the players can vote to have them exiled from the colony.
During travel or when fighting with zombies, you'll roll an exposure die. You may receive a wound or even die from a bite, which will then spread the sickness around the colony. Did we mention there's a lot of zombies in this game?
There are also a lot of things to keep track of, such as food, waste, morale, and the round tracker. If morale or the round tracker reaches 0, or if the colony obtains the main objective, the game ends.
When the game is over, if you've reached your secret objective, you win. In this game, you can have multiple winners or no winners at all.
I find the theme in this game to be very strong. It's a unique blend of co-op and competitiveness with the possibility of a traitor thrown in. It's a really unique combination.
And with the expansions out for The Long Night and Warring Colonies, it is awesome. You can bump up the player count to up to 11 people.
So Doug.
Yes.
You know what I would hate most about being a zombie?
What is that?
All that walking.
So there you have our number 3 spooky game, Dead of Winter.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Hi, it's Stella. In this segment, I want to share you the type of games usually made to our board game nights. They're usually Euro games and Ameritrash.
Wait, what? Where's the war games?
Oh, hey Dan. But it's my segment now?
Yeah, okay. On behalf of all the war gamers, I'm here to represent. we go. What do you know about war games when Euro is a role you've been playing? These chits, they're just not the same. They can move, attack, take aim.
But there's only one thing to the game. People fighting with no shame. Why not playing that Robinson Crusoe game? That novel-based game from what's his name?
All games have a lot of strategy, yeah! It's based on real tragedy. Some nations, the war's reality. Some are taken to tyranny. I mean, look, heroes of Normandy. All the bazookas and infantry, fantastic! A fun factory. I promise it won't drain your battery.
Maybe we experience some fallacy. I'll play for you this then, happily. You convince me with your analogy. Your enthusiasm is the gravity. We may even have the capacity to play this game with this week, actually. But why don't you play the game called Tapestry? Just mentioning this casually.
Sounds like a done deal. Maybe later, see how I feel. Tapestry after the meal. Looks like it's got a lot of appeal. Peace out.
All right.
Love it.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, meanwhile,
Very cool.
we had a backup box in case the first box didn't work, and I opened it, and there was a teddy bear inside with the advertisement for Escape Tales Low Memory. This is super creepy.
A little bit.
Z thinks there's a camera in it.
Let me see.
No, Sam,
There's
don't!
no cam. Oh wait, there's something. No, that's just little beads.
At least he didn't take the knife.
I know,
All
right?
Will.
Start decapitating the toy.
No, there's no camera in here. It's good.
He's fine. He's cute. It's all right.
Yeah. But
All right, guys.
If I leave him in here and I come back later and he's gone,
He's moved. He's clearly crawling across the table.
he's holding the knife.
Oh my! You better not suggest that to Kenny. He'll do it to mess with you.
That's true. Kenny would do.
All right.
All right, folks, thanks so much for watching.
Yeah.
Dice Hour East registration's open.
Yep.
We will be back here at 2 o'clock today with our top 10 hilarious games. I'll be wearing like a suit, real somber, funeresque. Welcome. I don't laugh at games.
You don't?
Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
Hug me. I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Sam Healy. See you on the flip side, folks.
Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Tune in each week for your daily dose of gaming goodness with Tom Vassell and all the gang. Until next time, I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast, a Dice Tower production. Sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., an amazing place to buy board games. Cool stuff, in stock, at coolstuffinc.com.